Police say the gunman started shooting in the parking lot before storming into Mercy Hospital and Medical Center and opening fire. Police in Chicago are holding a press conference now. We'll take you there now and listen in.
Good evening. As you all can imagine, it's been a very difficult day for not just the Chicago Police Department, but for the city of Chicago. So I'm going to do my best to give you a rundown of the events that unfolded today. So a little before 3:30 p.m. at Rush Hospital, 2525 on Michigan, there was a verbal altercation occurring out in the parking lot between individuals that knew each other. There was a third subject out there that was a friend of one of the individuals. That friend attempted to intervene in the verbal dispute. At that time, our offender, the male individual, lifted up his shirt and displayed a handgun. So that individual, the acquaintance, fled into the hospital. 911 received a call shortly thereafter of an assault taking place in the parking lot. A few seconds later, a second call came out of shots fired in the parking lot. Now we know that the male individual shot and killed the female that he was in a domestic relationship with, who was an employee of the hospital. Officers then proceeded to the scene and observed the male subject with a handgun. The subject fired multiple shots at the officers before they could exit their squad car. Several of those shots causing damage to the police car. The subject then ran inside the hospital doors where the officers gave chase. The officers broadcast the police officer needs assistance across the radio. A few other units responded right away, including SWAT. They engaged the offender for several minutes in the hospital with gunshots being fired by the offender and by the police. During the exchange of gunfire in the hospital, one other female staff member was struck by gunfire, fatally. During that exchange, one of our officers that responded was also fatally wounded by the offender. During the gunfire, the offender was also fatally wounded. It's unclear right now whether it's by police gunfire or if it was self-inflicted wound. So we have 4 deceased individuals: police officer, 2 female staff employees at the hospital, and the offender. The mayor and I have spent some time with the officer, his wife, his mother-in-law. The officer had just recently come off of probation. What I would ask is that you all keep all the victims of today's horrific incident in your thoughts and prayers.